My child, stop worrying about tomorrow, I am already there. My beloved child. Stop scrolling for a moment. Yes, you. I know there are hundreds of videos competing for your attention right now. I know your mind is racing from one thought to another. I know you have responsibilities waiting for you. I know there are bills to pay, decisions to make, and problems that seem larger than your strength. But before you continue with your day, I need you to listen carefully. This message is not an accident. You may think you found this video by chance. But I want you to slow down for a moment and consider another possibility. What if you are here because your heart needed to hear these words? What if the burden you have been carrying has become too heavy for your shoulders? What if today is the day you stop carrying what was never meant for you to carry alone? My child, I know your worries. I know the fears you never say out loud. I know the questions that keep you awake at night. You wonder whether everything will work out. You wonder whether you are making the right choices. You wonder whether your future will be better than your present. You wonder whether your prayers are being heard. And sometimes, if you are honest, you wonder whether anyone truly understands what you are going through. But I understand. I see every tear. I hear every prayer. I know every fear. And I have never stopped watching over you. Many people spend their lives worrying about tomorrow. They worry about situations that have not happened. They fear outcomes that may never come. They create storms in their minds before a single cloud appears in the sky. And in doing so, they lose today's peace. My child, worrying does not change tomorrow. It only steals today. Think about how much energy has been spent imagining worst-case scenarios. Think about how many sleepless nights were caused by things that never actually happened. Think about how many moments of joy were lost because fear convinced you to focus on what could go wrong. I want something different for you. I want you to learn trust. Not because life will always be easy. Not because challenges will disappear. But because trust gives you strength when challenges arrive. Listen carefully. You do not have to know every step of the journey. You only need enough faith for the next step. If I showed you your entire future today, you would become overwhelmed. There are blessings you are not ready to understand. There are victories you are not yet prepared to appreciate. There are lessons you still need to learn. That is why life unfolds one day at a time. One step at a time. One lesson at a time. My child, some of you listening right now are facing uncertainty about your finances. You look at your bank account and feel anxiety. You compare what you have to what others seem to possess. You wonder whether there will be enough. Listen to me. Your worth is not measured by numbers. Your value is not determined by wealth. Money is a tool. It is not your identity. There have been seasons in your life when you had very little. And yet you survived. There were moments when you thought you would never make it through. And yet you are still here. Never underestimate your resilience. Never forget how many difficult situations you have already overcome. You are stronger than you realize. You have survived days you once believed would destroy you. Remember that. The next time fear whispers that you cannot handle what is ahead, remember what is behind. Remember every obstacle you conquered. Remember every battle you survived. Remember every time you thought it was over and discovered a new beginning waiting for you. My child, there are also people listening who are worried about relationships. You fear losing someone. You fear being abandoned. You fear being rejected. You fear being alone. Listen carefully. Do not build your entire identity around another person's presence. People will come and go throughout your life. Some will stay for years. Some will stay for moments. Some will teach you lessons. Some will teach you strength. But your peace cannot depend entirely upon another human being. Because human beings are imperfect. They make mistakes. They disappoint. They misunderstand. They leave. That is why your foundation must be stronger than any relationship. Build your life upon truth. Build your life upon faith. Build your life upon character. And when relationships change, you will still stand strong. My child, I know that waiting is difficult. Few things test the human heart more than waiting. You pray. You hope. You work. You prepare. And then nothing seems to happen. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Months become years. And you begin to wonder whether your efforts matter. But I need you to understand something. Growth often happens invisibly. The strongest trees spend years developing roots before they display their full strength above the ground. A seed does not become a mighty tree overnight. There is a process. There is preparation. There is development. And the same is true for your life. Do not despise the season of preparation. Do not rush the process. What takes longer often lasts longer. What grows deeper often stands stronger. And what is built carefully often survives storms that destroy everything else. My child, there is another lesson you must learn. Not every thought deserves your attention. Your mind is one of the most valuable gifts you possess. Yet many people allow it to become a battlefield. Negative thoughts enter. Fear enters. Doubt enters. Comparison enters. And before long, peace disappears. Guard your thoughts carefully. Do not believe everything your fear tells you. Fear is often a poor predictor of reality. Just because something feels possible does not mean it is probable. Just because your mind imagines disaster does not mean disaster is coming. Replace fear with wisdom. Replace panic with patience. Replace doubt with faith. The quality of your thoughts will influence the quality of your life. My child, if you are still listening, I want you to hear this next part carefully. Some of the greatest blessings of your life have not happened yet. You have experienced pain. You have experienced disappointment. You have experienced loss. But your story is not over. There are still chapters waiting to be written. There are still opportunities waiting to appear. There are still people waiting to meet you. There are still victories waiting to arrive. Never allow temporary circumstances to convince you that your future has already been decided. The road ahead contains possibilities you cannot currently see. That is why hope matters. Hope is not pretending everything is perfect. Hope is believing that tomorrow can be better than today. Hope is choosing faith when certainty is unavailable. Hope is continuing to move forward even when the destination remains hidden. And my child, hope is powerful. Because people who maintain hope can endure extraordinary challenges. They continue. They persevere. They rise again after failure. They keep walking after disappointment. They keep believing after setbacks. And eventually, they discover that persistence often takes them where talent alone never could. My child, take a deep breath. Release your fear. Release your anxiety. Release the burden of trying to control every outcome. You do not need all the answers today. You do not need to solve every problem tonight. You do not need to carry the entire future on your shoulders. Focus on what is in front of you. Do the next right thing. Take the next right step. Trust the process. And remember these words. Tomorrow is already known to me. The path ahead is not a mystery to me. The challenges that concern you do not surprise me. The opportunities that await you have not escaped my attention. So rest. Trust. Keep moving forward. And know that you are never walking alone. My child, stop worrying about tomorrow, I am already there. My beloved child. If you are still listening, then this next part is especially for you. Many people would have clicked away by now. Many people would have returned to the noise. But something inside you is searching for peace. Something inside you is looking for answers. Something inside you is hoping that life can become better than it is right now. And I want you to know that hope is not misplaced. There is a reason you are still here. There is a reason you have survived everything that tried to break you. There is a reason your story continues. My child, one of the greatest mistakes people make is believing that difficult seasons mean they are abandoned. When life becomes painful, they assume they have been forgotten. When prayers seem unanswered, they assume nobody is listening. When doors remain closed, they assume their future has disappeared. But listen carefully. A closed door is not always a punishment. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes the opportunity you wanted would have hurt you. Sometimes the relationship you begged to keep would have damaged your future. Sometimes the path you wanted to walk would have led you away from your purpose. You only see the door. I see the road behind it. You only see the moment. I see the outcome. Trust me when you cannot understand me. Trust me when circumstances make no sense. Trust me when your emotions tell you to give up. Because there are moments when faith must become stronger than feelings. My child, there are people listening right now who feel behind in life. You compare yourself to friends. You compare yourself to family members. You compare yourself to strangers on social media. And every comparison makes you feel like you are losing a race. But who told you that life was a race? Who told you that your journey must look exactly like someone else's? The truth is that every person has a different assignment. Every person has a different season. Every person has a different path. Some people bloom early. Some people bloom later. Some people achieve success at 25. Others achieve success at 65. Neither journey is wrong. The timing is different because the purpose is different. Stop measuring your progress against people who were given a completely different path. Your responsibility is not to become them. Your responsibility is to become the person you were created to be. My child, let me tell you something about success. Many people think success will solve all their problems. They spend years chasing it. They sacrifice peace for it. They sacrifice relationships for it. They sacrifice their health for it. And then they finally achieve it. Only to discover that success without peace is still emptiness. Success without purpose is still emptiness. Success without gratitude is still emptiness. That is why I want you to pursue more than achievement. Pursue wisdom. Pursue character. Pursue integrity. Pursue kindness. Because those things cannot be taken away by circumstances. Money can disappear. Positions can change. Popularity can fade. But character remains. And character will carry you through storms that success alone cannot survive. My child, there is another lesson I need you to understand. Do not allow bitterness to take root in your heart. Bitterness is dangerous because it grows quietly. It begins as disappointment. Then it becomes resentment. Then it becomes anger. And eventually it steals your peace. Some of you are still carrying wounds from years ago. You remember exactly what was said. You remember exactly what happened. You remember exactly how you felt. And every time you think about it, the pain returns. Listen carefully. You cannot move forward while dragging yesterday behind you. At some point, healing requires release. Not because the other person deserves it. Not because the situation was fair. But because your future deserves freedom. Do not allow someone who hurt you years ago to continue controlling your emotions today. Release it. Let it go. Choose peace over revenge. Choose freedom over bitterness. Choose healing over hatred. My child, there are moments in life when you will feel weak. You will feel tired. You will feel discouraged. You will feel like quitting. That does not make you a failure. It makes you human. Even strong people become tired. Even brave people become afraid. Even faithful people experience doubt. The goal is not to avoid every difficult emotion. The goal is to keep moving despite those emotions. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward while fear is present. Strength is not the absence of weakness. Strength is refusing to surrender when weakness appears. You do not need to be perfect. You simply need to keep going. One step. Then another. Then another. My child, if you could see your future from where I stand, you would worry far less. You spend so much time fearing what might happen. Yet you cannot see the blessings already moving toward you. You cannot see the opportunities being prepared. You cannot see the people who will help you. You cannot see the doors that will eventually open. Because they are still on their way. Imagine a traveler walking through a thick fog. The traveler can only see a few feet ahead. But that does not mean the road disappears beyond the fog. The road still exists. The destination still exists. The traveler simply cannot see it yet. And that is how many of you are living today. You are walking through fog. You cannot see the entire journey. But the path is still there. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep believing. My child, there is power in gratitude. Many people postpone gratitude until life becomes perfect. They tell themselves they will be thankful when they achieve more. When they earn more. When they receive more. When they finally get what they want. But gratitude was never meant to be dependent upon perfection. Gratitude is a choice. You can choose gratitude while waiting. You can choose gratitude while healing. You can choose gratitude while growing. You can choose gratitude during difficult seasons. And something amazing happens when gratitude becomes a habit. Your focus changes. Instead of constantly noticing what is missing, you begin noticing what is present. Instead of dwelling on what you lack, you begin appreciating what you have. And appreciation creates peace. My child, do not underestimate the power of small daily actions. Many people dream about transformation. Few people commit to consistency. Great lives are not built in a single day. Great lives are built through daily choices. A kind word. A wise decision. An honest action. A moment of patience. A habit of gratitude. These small actions may seem insignificant. But over time they create extraordinary results. Never despise small beginnings. Never underestimate small improvements. The person you become tomorrow is being shaped by the choices you make today. My beloved child. As you continue through this journey, remember these truths. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not falling behind. You are not without purpose. Your story is still unfolding. Your future is still being written. Your best chapters may still be ahead of you. So keep walking. Keep believing. Keep growing. And above all, keep trusting. Because even when you cannot see the entire road, I am already there waiting for you.